Yeah. Yeah. Everybody knows what day it is. They know what time it is. It is hashtag Friday Pie Day, baby. Friday Pie Day. We're riding into the weekend with some profits. We're in a trade right now. If you've been watching the stream, you probably know what the trade is. If you've been watching my streams for long enough, that is. You probably know what kind of trade that we're in right now. It is the Wolfer Power Hour on a hashtag Friday Pie Day. I hope everybody's having a good Friday Pie Day, and I hope they have a good weekend with their beautiful families. If you've been following my trades and you've been taking the same trades, you've been getting money. We getting money over here. What it do, pimpin'? It's like Jeezy said back in the day, right? Let's see what we can get into today. Bitcoin's going crazy. Bitcoin's been going crazy since yesterday. All right. All these market manipulators and pumper and dumpers and, you know, the Trump executive orders and the whatever the lady is, Senator something from somewheresville in Wyoming, right? We see what's happening in the markets right now. We're trying to pump up past 106. We're running into some serious resistance. We're going to look at some altcoins. We're going to look at Trump coin. We're going to look at S token, which is Sonic, because Sonic seems to be trending in the market for some reason right now. And that's good news for Wolfers. If you want to take advantage of some free money, right? Well, first off, I give you the trades that gives you free money literally every single day. But I guess if you want to work even less hard than just following my trades and watching my TA for free on this channel and on Twitter, you can take advantage of the airdrop that's going to be coming on the Sonic blockchain. Wolfer Finance is going to get a big airdrop, probably, because we were one of the validators on FTM. So we own a lot of FTM. And then we had to convert it to Sonic. So we're looking forward to that. We're not looking forward to the price action that comes after the airdrop, which we'll discuss here in abundance in just a second. So grab your espresso, your Starbucks, your coffee, whatever you want to do, you know. Buckle in for the Wolfer Power Hour, baby. Let's get into the charts. My first disclaimer, not a disclaimer, it's not a disclaimer. My first call to action. If you're here on Twitter, man, or woman, because we don't discriminate on this channel, there probably is, Dexter, and we will get it. We will figure it out. We always do. If you are here on Twitter, make sure you scroll up and just hit the follow button. If you, again, have been following my trades, if you did the exact trades that I did, you made $10,000 this past month, period. Okay? You did the exact trades I did in the amount that I did them in, which was like $6,000 to $8,000 trades. Some of my trades now, they're getting a little bit larger. Why? Because I started off trading $3,200 at first, and now it's grown to over 13K, so I can take bigger trades, right? You scale your position sizing when you scale your account. So my point, make sure you're following the Twitter and come over here to the YouTube channel. Make sure you smash the like button on the videos, share them so that people that actually give a F get to see them, right? Don't keep it to yourself. Make sure you hit subscribe and then boom, throw it from the hip, man. Oh, bang on the notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate it. Now make sure what you're doing is dropping whatever altcoins you want to see in the comments section. Just like my main man, Dexter here, main man or woman. We don't know the gender of this person. Okay. So with that being said, let's get straight into the charts. They shook me out, man. They shook me out yesterday. Friggin' Trump. It's all Trump's fault, man. Friggin' Trump, man. Friggin' Trump shook me out, man, on my position. I still made $134 though. How, Sway? Why, Sway? Well, unfortunately, he was about to sign a bunch of executive orders yesterday. And, you know, sometimes when announcements like that come out, I just don't want to be in the market. Okay. Now, would it have absolutely paid me off? 100%. Because this is when it happened right here. And then you saw the dump right back down to 102.5. My bad. It was like right here on these big God candles right here. And you saw the big dump down to exactly where my take profit was. So would I gotten paid off on it? Yes. Would I have made maybe 2 grand, maybe 13? Excuse me. I think it was $1,300 I would have made. Whatever, man. I did not feel like being in the trade after we had just made $600 and another $1,000 that day. So, I mean, really, like, we made like 1,700 yesterday. And I was like, you know what? I'm not digging this volatility. I'm not digging what could potentially happen here. If we go up and we break this previous swing high, you know, we're heading up. I'm not taking a chance being in a short here. So I closed it out in profit. They shook me out, man. They did their jobs. All right. And then they came right back down and got me. Right. But here we can start building our short position yet again up here. Right. Because we could be double topping right here. Bam. Double top. Right. And we do have a downward sloping trend line right here, right? If you want to draw it, you're looking at somewhere in this realm. Boom. All right. We can take some of this other stuff off, but that's the double top in a nutshell. That is what we broke out of. Let me see. Yeah, we broke out of, back tested, came back up here, and then now we're kind of like caught, right? So we can take this diamond top off of here. That'll make things a little bit more clean for everybody. And you can kind of see what's happening on the charts, right? So as you can see, you know, we do have a clear kind of like resistance here, right? You can even bring it up to here, probably somewhere around there. Okay. You got a hit here, right? You've got a hit here. You've got a kiss here. You've got a barely a hit here. We still haven't quite hit it there yet. But if you look at the Fibonacci's, they're going to tell the tale. Tell the tale of the tape. With fibs, man. Math is cool. Make sure you're refreshing yourself. Or not refreshing yourself. Make sure you're hydrating yourself with some refreshing Aquapana. Natural spring water from a protected spring that's been protected for centuries, owned by the Medicis for centuries back. The ones that brought you the Renaissance. Thanks, Medici. No, I'm not sponsored by Aquapana. I wish I was, because then they'd probably send me free water, because that stuff's expensive, man. If anybody knows anybody at Aquapana, dude, link me to them. info@drewwolfer.com. CC me, right? So, we are in a short position right here. And this is a public service announcement to people. Dude, you got to be cool being in drawdown on your positions sometimes. You got to be cool with being in drawdown sometimes, and you got to trust your process, okay? So let's get to the 1 hour chart. I've still got another order that I want to hit, right? My stop loss is above this previous swing high right here. My bad. This previous swing. Dude, what is going on with my tool? It's because the magnet's on. This previous swing high right here, right? At about 107, right there, my bad. 107, blah, 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 right? So if we crack this high, right? This is probably a pretty good entry for a short. That's why my short is there, right? 106,758, right? Where's the top of this? 106,870. So that's a good little position for a short right there, right? Just, you know, risk to reward essentially. But if you take out this swing high, you don't want to be in the short anymore, is my bias, right? Now, could you get it, like, even if you take this swing high out, say you come up here and you take the swing high out barely, I can see, barely. Could you still get a drop down here and set a high or low? Yes, but like, what's your risk, right? Your risk is you come up, you take out this previous swing high right here, and then you back test this line and then just boom, right? So that's why you would want to stop out up here, because the risk of going up is much more probable than coming back down here and setting a small, like a higher low. Okay. So that's essentially what I'm seeing on the 1 hour chart. I'm also seeing like kind of like a rising wedgie type of pattern right here. Even if you want to draw it a little bit better, right? You could say somewhere around here. So could we be coiling right here? I think we could, right? I think we definitely could. Could we see a little coil down here where we go, woo, whoop? Yep, we could. Or could we see this? Blick up. Yep, we can see that too. This is a period of indecision, right? But we are kind of above this previous swing high right here. And then if you look, we've got a couple of more levels that we probably need to get through. Just my opinion. You do whatever you want. Do whatever you want with the information. I'm just giving it to you. We just giving it to you. And then boom. There's your resistances right there. Those are your 4. And then this is a wedge. Wedge. All right, let's turn the wedge off. Let's see what we got. What are you doing, Bitcoin?
You gonna buy you some Bitcoin today, man? Are you gonna buy Bitcoin? Are you gonna sell Bitcoin? Alright. Huh?
Well, we're gonna let the charts tell us what to do here. But so far the charts are telling me to stay in a short, right? So far the charts are telling me like, hey man, stay in that short because there's a potential inflection point. I mean, you could even measure this short potentially right to there. My bias is that if we do get rejected here again, we're coming smacking right back down into this value area low, most likely, or at the very least, we'll get caught up at the 200 moving average. That's what we're seeing on Bitcoin right now. Wrapped B&B said, just buy one bottle. Just buy bottle once, and it can be used for a month.
That's not what we want to do, Wrapped B&B. Okay, we like Bitcoin here, all right? If I buy just one bottle, I'm gonna have to fill it up with the Florida water, and you don't want the Florida water in your body, man. I promise you. It tastes terrible. It smells bad. I even have friggin' filters on my shower, man. Yeah.
No, we actually want the aquapana. Like, we want to put good water in our body. 70% of our body is water. We got to put good water in there, right? Replenish it. Replenish it. All right, so let's get into the weeds, man. Let's just go straight to Trump. I know that's what people are here for. They're like, man, dude, I need a friggin' trade on Trump, man. Give me some degen Trump trading stuff, man. I got a telemarketer calling me on my phone. How dare you? All right. 1 minute chart on Trump. Let's see if my short that I gave you degens played out yesterday. If it did, you're welcome. If not, I told you not to take it. All right. My guess is it probably played out. There it is. Woo! Dude, I mean, like, what do you want to do? How you doing? Right? There's your short. You got stopped out. I mean, like, seriously. This is like, it's exactly why I tell people not to take these trades, okay? And this is exactly why you would have gotten wrecked because Trump is stupid volatile, right? Like, now, okay, if you entered, where were we even talking about this, right? I said, okay, you know, you come down here, you come up, you back test it. You would not have gotten into this trade, man. If you actually did what I told you to do, you would not have gotten into this trade, okay? Because what I said is enter on the retest. That is not a retest, all right? This is not a retest. Not a retest. Let's hide this. This is not a friggin' retest, man. This is a God candle that sent you through a resistance. So you never would have gotten into this trade. So you shouldn't have gotten wrecked on this if you practice proper risk procedures, right? I said, get in on the retest. If it rejects, you're going here, you bounce, right? And what happened? You went through it, you back tested it, you bounced, you went to the next resistance, right? Boom, you would have taken profits if you took that trade. Then you fell back through it. This is where you would have shorted, right? Is when you fell back through it. And guess what? If you would have done that, you actually would have made money and you would not have gotten stopped out. So if you practice proper risk management, you don't get stopped out of trades. Now, again, right here, you could have entered, again, once you exited this short position, literally right here at the levels that I called out yesterday, you could have went long. And as soon as you hit the 200 MA, boom, sell it. Right? You don't have to ride it all the way up here, because then if you did and you saw it get rejected at the 200, you don't want to be in this trade anymore. It gave you 3 chances to get out, man. Rejection at the 200, rejection at the 200, rejection at the 200. 4 times it gave you to get out profitably. If you took this and you got stopped out, you suck. Okay? You suck. All right? Because you got stopped out. Now, again, this is why I tell people, like, proper risk management procedures, man. Proper risk management is absolutely integral, and it's absolutely integral, and it is absolutely key. So let's delete these. We know that those probably would have played out if you had proper risk management, but let's assume you didn't and you got wrecked and you need to make some money today. Dude. All right. TA just continues to defy all logic. It just continues to print money for people, okay? I said, here's your zone, the purple box, right? You do not want to get inside or below this box for real. You bounced from it, boom. You rode it right back up to, you guessed it, the support that you now flipped to resistance.
Man, that is some crazy stuff, brother.
You know, so boom. And then you got up above it, you fell back through it. Let's see where we're at now. Woo! I mean, in my opinion, if Bitcoin goes down, you're coming into this purple box. I would not be entering on this purple box again, because my guess is this probably went up at the same time that Bitcoin was going up.
That Bitcoin, man.
So I would not, I don't know, man. I wouldn't, there's no trade here. There's absolutely no trade here. If you want some degen stuff, my bias, I'll give it to you. If you want that dirty, filthy, nasty stuff, right? He said, I lost my wife on yesterday's 100x leverage short position. Man. Damn, Daniel. That'd be funny if that was actually this person's name, Daniel. Damn, Daniel, back at it again with no wife. Back in the dating pool yet again. All right. If you want a short, dude, like this is your short, right? And honestly, if Bitcoin's going down, I'm targeting more to the bottom level of this box, right? This would be my short. And I would probably set it just outside of here, because this is more of like a swing trade on a 1-minute chart. If you come back up, honestly, I mean, I think you're going to reject off of this 200 and head down. So I don't think you're going to get up here, to be real with you. But if you are able to get up here, reclaim the 200, it's a risk you're willing to take. I wouldn't like that being above the 200. But I mean, look at the last couple of times you got above the 200. Yeah, you pumped a little bit and then boom, you lost the 200 almost immediately. So, I mean, your risk there, probably not that much whenever Trump is very clearly trending down. Taking that and riding it down here to this purple box at the very least, or even down to the trend channel, the top of the trend channel, which is right at that $24 range that I was talking about. That's like, this is the make or break place for Trump, is 24 bucks. And if you want to know why that is the case, I'll show it to you. We don't have a problem showing you giving you the statistics. Right there. That's the bottom, bro. It's the bottom of the stiletto. He said, I need another degen trade because I still have a car and a house. I don't have a wife, but I have a car and a house. Dude, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh man, this dude, I love this guy's. I love this guy's comments, man. Comes in here legendary every single day. We were talking about how you shouldn't take this trade right here yesterday, and he said, I'm going 100x leverage short. Let's get it. Okay. So, I mean, what I'm seeing is, yeah, you're probably setting a new trend channel here, most likely. So you can leave that trend channel on there, but at least on the hourly chart, you're setting probably a new parallel, like probably somewhere in this realm, right? Which is going to take you right into that purple box, man. I mean, yeah. Yeah, so now I'm super not, like, I really don't think you're probably going to get up to this. I honestly think you're going to come down here to about $28.50, most likely to the bottom end of this box. And then if you do get down there, could you see a potential bounce? Yeah, because you got two technical supports there. The low end of this supply zone, like Justin Timberlake said. I got supply, and then boom, right it up to the top of the channel, right? That's all you can do, man. That's legitimately all you can do in this case for a Trump position. You've got a potential scalp short. You've got a potential scalp long. They both suck. They're both super dirty, just pure filth. And if you want those dirty, filthy short and longs, there they are, my friend. There they are. So let's get into some Sonic token really quick. I want to look at Sonic. There's probably not much data on this chart, to be real with you. So we might have to look at the FTM chart unless they converted the FTM chart, which it seems that they did not. So we're going to have to go to the FTM chart. I believe I already have a chart on this. Clearly, I do not. That is a lie. That is a lie. Oh, yeah. Drew's short that he called out in the gold group earlier today. Playing out, baby. So we went long here at the 0.786 fib. We took profits right up here. I said, look, we're running in the top end of this channel. We're nearing all-time highs. There's some technical resistance here. We wicked through it. We put in a topping tail. We're going down here. This is my first take profit target, 2760. Book it. Book it. Take a screenshot of it. Let me know if I make money later. But that's that on gold. My bad. Blick up. Yeah, FTM, dude, like, this thing is trending for sure. Trending down, you mean? But yeah, unfortunately, it is trending down. That is very unfortunate for FTM. It is now rebranded as Sonic, but I need some data, man. I'm not gonna go to the Sonic charts here. This is crazy. Boom. Okay, so I mean, we got a little parallel. We got a little parallel here. A little parallel. Let's see what we got. I mean, man, this does not look awesome. This just does not look awesome. Okay, if you have any, there's 98 people here. Okay, I can't imagine it's just wrapped B&B, Bull Monkeys laughing, and Dexter asking about XRP, right? If you want me to look at something, drop it in the comments section for me. Now, here's what I'm seeing on FTM, right? And we can pull some fibs on like the 4-hour chart if we really want to. But you know, if Bitcoin bounces here, like dude, who was this? Schoolboy Q, shake it for the man of the year. Oh, man of the year, man of the bounce. If it bounces, right? FTM could be going up, right? And I think it could be going up in a major way, which is Sonic again, yet again, Sonic the Hedgehog, right? It could be going up to about 74 cents. It's probably going to slam into this resistance right at about, I don't know, 70 to 68. It depends on where it hit, right? Like you gotta trail your predictions down these channels, right? Looks like Bitcoin's falling.
That Bitcoin's gone down, man. That Bitcoin's not liking that $106,000 level, man. Come on, brother. Pump it up. Pump it up.
All right, FTM. Dude, my magnet tool on here is diabolical. It just keeps making me do stuff, and I don't even mean to do it. So, okay, this is the skinny on FTM, man. Unfortunately, and I'm bullish on FTM. Wolf for Finance, baby. Wolf for Finance. We own a bunch of FTM. We were an FTM validator. We now own a lot of Sonic, right? Sonic the Hedgehog, right? So this is just my opinion, okay? And everybody can have their own opinions, and they're all like buttholes. They all stink, and everybody has them, right? But I'm going to give you mine, right? And you can just bask in the ambience of my opinion, right? That probably stinks. I don't think the FTM and their Sonic upgrade or their rebranding to Sonic went super smooth, right? And so I think that's why we saw this kind of downward trajectory on it from $1.50, because we were at like almost halfway to the all-time high here, and then just blood out. Dropped the bottom out of it, unfortunately. It was like that. It was like at the water parks, that one thing that you stand in, it looks like a friggin' space capsule, and you just have to stand there like this, and you just look over at the guy, and he just drops it down, and you just fly down. Yeah, that's FTM, unfortunately, after their rebrand. So is it going to catch its legs? Yes. But I think what was happening here is people were freaking out, man. Yeah, dunk tank, dude. It got dunk tanked. Dunk tank. Yeah, dude, like somebody smacked it like really, really hard, dude, with like they God handed that bad boy. You know what I mean? And so I think this is just my opinion. Again, it stinks. I have horrible opinions. Clearly, I'm an idiot. And so, listen to it or don't. But I think this is where people started freaking out like, yo, FTM is going to not be on exchanges anymore. I need to sell my FTM. And their guidance wasn't that great in terms of like, they should have, when they did the rebrand, it should have been live on exchanges concurrently with the rebrand. And I think this would have stopped this downward trajectory. But in any case, if we can come down here and like Schoolboy Q said, talk about it, Schoolboy Drew, baby. Bounce, right? And if we can bounce right up here to the 0.382, take out these previous swing highs right here, take out these previous swing highs right here, and this catch point right here, catch point 1 and 2, baby. I think we could drop right back down to the 0.236 and head up to the 0.618, which is right at about $1.11, right? So from there, I think we do have a clear path to this $1.50 range, because once you hit the 618, you've taken out this swing high. So now you're coming up here, boom, and you're aiming for a clear range of $1.50. This is long term, okay? This could take a month or so, right? But then even further than that, for the people that actually care, right? Once you get above this $1.50 range, your next target is $2.08 and then $3.05, which is Hawk-Tua distance. On this channel, we say Hawk-Tua distance instead of spitting distance, right? But it's spitting distance from the all-time high. The all-time high was $3.35 or $3.30, somewhere in that realm. So, I mean, this is where you're going to be aiming to take profits in the bull run, in a bull run, right? So that's what I'm seeing on FTM, at least as it sits right now. This is what we're seeing. So now we're going to go to XRP like Dexter asked, because I am a man of the people and I am here, if not but to serve. What is my purpose? Correct? Correctamundo, Drewamundo. Let me get some espresso in me. Okay, we don't want to go to market cap. I'm pretty sure I got an XRP chart. Yeah, I do. Must hold. Dude, I be putting these wild levels on here, man. Must hold. Hold the line. Hold. And it did. It did hold it. Like, this is good stuff, man. I was talking about this has to hold. Boom, boom, boom. Held. Bam. Blick up. Now we got a huge bull flag, man. Or at the very least, you have a bull pennant. We like the bull pennants. We like bull flags better than we like bull pennants. But, I mean, you could argue that this is a bull flag and just had a deviation out to this point 236, or I think this is the 382. Actually, this is the 236 down here. You could argue that this is still a bull flag. In any case, you know, we're gonna err on the side of bull flag. We're gonna err on the side of bull flag, right? The 1 hour bull blizzag, that bull fliggity. All right, let's see where that could take us. Somewhere just stupid, dumb, wild, right? Like you break out here, woo, bam, $4.25. Dude, that's taking you outside of like everything that makes sense. Like that's taking you outside of everything that makes sense. It's a full 1.0 retracement from this downward run right here, right? So, I mean, that's, yeah, Fibonacci's are super sick, man. Super sick. Smacked off with a 0.618, got caught up at the 0.5. If you break out here, you're going to about $4.25. XRP could be getting ready to absolutely rip, right? So, I mean, we could see it. We could see it. DJ Craigie on the mic. DJ Craigie. Yeah. He's got that dirty, filthy techno for you. Yeah. Got that house music. Go check him out. Kragey on YouTube. Craigie. It's my guy. It's my boy.
You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy.
I'm seeing, yeah. I mean, I'm seeing if you, let's be real. If bitty Bitcoin.
If Bitcoin starts to dump here, man, we're gonna see it drop down right here to this 0.382, all right? And then we're gonna head back up here. We're gonna get a breakout here. But if we don't do that right here, all right, then it's gonna be some two. We're gonna need two confirmations instead of one. All right. I'm gonna tell you what we need to know right here. All right.
If you guys don't like the Gary Cardone voice, then I don't know what your problem is. I love Gary's voice.
All right, we're gonna take it down here. If we lose the 50 right here, man, we're gonna take it right down here, probably to the 0.382. Best case scenario, you get a catch point, right?
Then we just head it up right up here to this inflection point. And if this is your best case scenario, long position, right? You take your long here, okay? You hit it right here, okay? And you put your stop loss below this previous level of resistance, or, well, what used to be resistance. Now it has flipped to support. Put your stop loss down here. You're targeting $4.25. This is a massive, massive swing trade, okay? So this is not a scalp trade. This is not a day trade. You want a day trade? We can go to a different chart. This is the 1 hour. We're going to show you a swing trade really quick. Your best case scenario here, okay? And I want to give people the best case scenario. You come right here, and then you hit at this inflection point that you're going to want to see right here, okay? You bounce, you hit this inflection point where the 0.5 is intersecting the downward sloping or the upward trend channel that is the bull flag, right? And then you break above it, back test it bullishly, and then start to fly, okay? Now, this is not your worst case scenario, actually. I'll give you the worst case scenario here in a second. Your probably mid to okay case scenario, which you might not necessarily want to see. This takes a little bit to trickle down, right? And then you get a rejection here, right? You lose this 0.5, you get a rejection here, right? You lose the 0.5, you get a rejection at the inflection point, and then you hit the 0.382, and now you got to bounce. You got to take this out, get a bounce, take this out, get a back test, and then a bounce. So when I say that this is your best case scenario, bouncing here, losing this 0.5 quickly, and then bouncing here at the 0.382, and then regaining this, you're going up from there. That's your best case scenario. Okay, cool. What's your worst case scenario, brother? Well, your worst case scenario is you come down here, you lose the 50, or the 0.5, my bad. You come down here, you get a rejection here, and then you lose the 0.382, right? And then where's it taking you? Right there. And then if you lose that point, right? Where's it going to take you? To the 0.236, right? Where you're going to see this kind of inflection point right over here where it meets, okay? So we trend down, boom. We don't get out of the bull flag, bam. And then you finally catch a pump. So you have to be really cognizant of these levels when you're doing this, okay? You have to be very, very cognizant of these levels. And we can pull another fib too, if you really want to see, but that's the trend-based fib. And that thing is pretty friggin' accurate. The trend-based fibs are really, really accurate for the most part, okay? So let's retrace just this to the lowest point. Yeah, I mean, you got a rejection right off of the 1.618. You would want to see a bounce right here at the 1.0, right? At $2.89. You want to see a bounce and then head upwards. That's what you want to see. And it's going to take you almost to the 0.268, 2.618, my bad. So, I mean, this is kind of your inflection point right here. Is this, and this would be a double bottom. It would be like a very, very nice double bottom because this was a wick. So here's the only bad thing that I'm seeing for XRP right now. You have lost this 200 moving average, okay? So if you want to see what that means, this green line right up here is the 200 moving average, okay? And you have now lost that. You were riding it up at first. Bounce, 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 fell through, bearishly backtested it, tried to regain it, lost it again. Now you're losing the 100 and you're about to lose the 50 if you go below $3.14, right? So if you lose that, my bias is downward pressure down to these levels, right? Down to these previous levels of about $2.88, and then maybe a potential catch point, right? And then you've also got support right here in this kind of like Justin Timberlake said, supply zone, right? At about $2.68 to about $2.72. That's what I'm seeing on XRP right now, man. I mean, that's what I'm seeing. So does anybody have anything else that they want to drop in the comments section below that they want to see me look at, or do they just want to let me cook, right? Because I can find stuff, I can do stuff. I do stuff and things every day, okay? So we can do it, or you can ask me what you want to see, and I will gladly provide it to you. There are 150 people on this stream, and I would love to service all of you. My sole goal in life is to make you guys some money for free and not ask anything of you except for to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter. Let's do the thing, man. Yeah, Turb said, keep cooking, man. I want to see you wear warrior face paint on one of these streams. Dude, you want to see me wear warrior face paint? I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you a little something. All right? Let's see. Where are we? Sky, if you're watching, what was that show called that I was on with Hit Network? Around the Blockchain. That ain't it. When was this? This was what, ATB. We're gonna have to scroll back for this one, so you're gonna have to give me a second. But dude, I looked wild, man. It was wild looking. Yeah, see, there's your boy right there with my blue light glass. There's Gary Cardone.
That's who I'll be doing the voice of right there, man. You see him right here in the upper left, right here on this thumbnail, man. That's Gary. That's my boy Gary right there, man. Where are we at? Is this it? It was the Halloween edition. I hate how it says 1 year ago. Just give me the friggin' date, because I know it was the Halloween edition of what's it called? ATB, man. I'm up 550 on Trump. Should I sell? What's the size of your position? Should I sell at 32? Wait for potentially $40 plus. This guy, dude. Only dads. Dogecoin? Yeah, we'll look at Doge. We can go back to Trump and let you know. Thank you for the super chat too. I think that's the first super chat I've ever gotten. That's pretty cool. I didn't even know you could do that, man. Maxi. Okay, you said you are up 550 on Trump. Should you sell at 32 bucks? I mean, everything that I'm seeing right here, bro, is just showing downside for Trump. I mean, if you just look like I've got parallels here, parallels here, parallels here. I think that the hype is over on Trump. I would be biased at selling here. Now, if you could sell it up here at about $34 or even 36 bucks, yeah, I would go for it. But to ride it all the way up here to 40 bucks again, I mean, you would be taking out this swing high, this swing high, this swing high, this swing high. I mean, it's going to take it a while to get up there. It's getting to be where this thing's just got really, really downward nature, man. I would absolutely be selling it if you look at the charts. I mean, even if we go down to the 5 minute, I just don't see anything bullish on it, right? So yeah, there's just nothing here, dude. There's just nothing here, man. Let me see. Let me pull a fib and I'll tell you if you could even head back up to 40, right? Or at the very least, what it would take. I mean, you would have to hit the golden pocket of this retrace from 49 all the way down to 32 bucks. Now, all eyes on BTC, man. All eyes on BTC. If BTC pumps, you could get it here to about the $36 range, man. I would say the best you're probably going to get is 34 to 36 bucks on this, man. If you're putting the 550 up, I don't think this is a buy, bro. That's just my bias and my opinion on it. I was saying this yesterday on the stream. I literally just circled for 30 straight seconds. I was like, this is not a buy, right? This is a sell. So yeah, I mean, Trump, where it sits right now, I would say if you're putting the 550 into a coin, do I recommend a coin? Man, that's going to be tough, bro, because everything is doing wild numbers right now. So, I mean, one of the first things that I would do if I was in your position, I'm taking that profit and I'm looking for a new coin. I would go here and look at what's down, right? And then I would pull up their charts or see who's up the least, right? And then I would pull up their charts. So for example, I like Avalanche a lot, right? I like AVAX. That's like one of my things. And let's see. We don't want to be on the 5 minute chart here though.
Yeah, so AVAX is really starting to come into this, like, this is a descending wedge. This is what's called a falling wedge pattern, right? So, I mean, honestly, if you're putting it in this, it depends on if you want to degen into something, man. If you're putting your $500 into a coin, right? If you're trying to degen, I don't know what I would tell you to put it in, because there's just not a lot of hype around anything right now other than the Trump and Melania coins, which in my opinion, I think the honeymoon's over. But in terms of putting it into a good position, I would say Avalanche is always a good bet, right? And it's about to break out of this wedge, right? Potentially. What do we know about downward sloping wedges, right? They like to break out. They find a bottom and then they like to break out. Now, where could that breakout be taking you? Right here. $50 to the 0.786, $48 to the 0.618, which is the golden pocket. You'd be entering at, say, $34, something like that. And then you could be riding it all the way up to $69 at the 1.618 extension, and then $91 at the 2.618. And then you're getting near the all-time highs at the 3.618 on this, right? Now, I would say, yeah, I'm horrible at recommending like degen positions because I don't do them, right? I just don't invest in degen projects at all. And that's as evidenced by, go look at the treasury page on Wolfer Finance, right? And you'll see what I'm talking about. But I do believe that we have found a bottom here on Avalanche that has been very well respected, right? And we're there, you know what I mean? So I would say in this range right here would be where I would be buying on Avalanche. Right there. So from about $35 down to about $33.25. So you got about a $3 range there. And here's the good news on Avalanche. You're now flipping the 50 moving average. You're trying to, at least, and you're trying to flip the 100. And if this starts to curl up with this falling wedge pattern happening, I mean, I might take a friggin' long on this, right? Yeah. So my trades, I do this every day, man. I do this every day, literally on my channel and also on Twitter, right? So if you go to my Twitter, it's literally Drew_Wolfer, bing, bang, boom. And you'll find me on there. So let's cook on ETH really quick. Now that we've kind of got you sorted on what we think that you could potentially do, right? If you guys aren't doing this, there's 178 people on here, okay? If you're not following me, come right up here and hit this follow button right here. That's, yeah, I don't know. It's my profile. I'm logged in. Yeah, 163 people on Twitter. Hit that follow button, man. Like, I've had thousands and thousands of views over these past so many videos, right? 400, 700. What was this one? 900. Friggin' 2,000 down here, 1,700 views. But my followers aren't going up for some reason. It's really weird. So yeah, go and follow me on this, right? On X. Let's check out ETH. ETH is still trading inside of that parallel, which is actually, surprise, surprise, a nice little cup and handy. That's the cup and handy right there, right? So if we look, we can see this is our cup and handle pattern, right? Where does that take us? Right up to pretty close to the all-time high. All right. So we came out, we tried to bullishly backtest the channel. We got rejected. We got accepted right back into it. Right now we have a resistance here at about $3,700. We're trying to get back out of this channel yet again. Let's extend this over. This is our cup and handy. So boom. And as you can see, like, this would have been your legendary entry right here on ETH. That's an absolute legendary entry right there. Smacked into the 200 MA on the one-day chart, riding it up, man. That's a legendary entry. I love ETH. It's in our portfolio. We own 4 ETH validator nodes at Wolfer Finance, so we're bullish on ETH, and clearly Trump is too, because he took like $40 million and put it into ETH. So my bias is on ETH. We're probably coming back up here to about 47.50. Again, pending what happens with the big Bitcoin, man, with the big daddy, the big dog, you know. Looks like this thing's gonna log me out soon, so I don't know what the heck's going on there. Let's see what's happening on BTC. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing on the daily, right? So we do have a bearish divergence on the daily. We know that. We have a bearish divergence on the weekly. We know that. We have a bearish divergence on the monthly. We also know that, right? So I'm going to take all this stuff off. What I'm also seeing on the daily is that you have taken the 50 is above the point of control now, which is good. This value area high has held, right? And now you have the 100 that's inching up on the value area low. Okay. So do I see Bitcoin going lower than potentially $90,000 anytime soon? Not really. No, not really. So that's the good news. We do have a little wedge forming right here that we're trying to break out of as we speak. Let's look at the 4-hour chart and see what's going on there, because I know that we did have a couple of things that weren't looking awesome on the 4-hour chart, and I know one of them was a head and shoulders pattern. So here's the upward trending channel, and if you know anything about upward trending channels, we know that they love to break down, okay? They don't continue upwards. They rarely break up, but they like to break down, okay? So you could see a potential, boom, right? Rejection at the 108 level. I think I'll probably be out of my position at that point because we would be taking out this previous swing high right here at 107. So I would probably be out of my position there and starting to de-risk up here. But then I would be taking on more short positions at 109, 110 for a potential ride down. Okay, so that's the good news. On the 4-hour, the point of control actually has the 200 and the 100 above it, and now the 50's up here. So, I mean, could you go all the way down here to the point of control at 96.5? Maybe, but are you going to? I mean, I'm not super confident that you would. I have my take profit on my short at like $100,000 exactly, which would basically just be, you know, a lower low than this low right here. Or if you really want to, you could take your profits right here at the value area high where it smacks into this upward trending line, right? So yeah, I mean, that's what we're seeing on the 4-hour. It's not looking too terrible. I kind of actually, give me 1 second. I want to look at what the Stokes and all these things are saying to me. I mean, money flow is trending up, right? You're making... Yeah, I mean, it's not doing anything crazy. You're making higher lows while you're making lower lows on this, which would be basically like a hidden bearish divergence on the 4-hour. So, I mean, you could come down a little bit here, probably. Here's a definite bearish divergence on the 4-hour, right? Definite bearish divergence. Did it play out right here, though? It could have already played out. Look at the 1-hour. Stochastic's super overbought. Super overbought. It's up at 100. RSI is not terrible at all. RSI is not terrible. It's sitting at like 60, right? That's not bad. But it is trending downwards. It is setting like lower highs, but it did just break market structure here because as you can see, it was trending downwards and now it's breaking out of that trend. So that's bullish in nature. You're getting a lot of mixed signals on these charts right now, man. So let's go to the 1-hour. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing on the 1-hour. Yeah, I mean, you've got a red dot here. Let's zoom in a little bit. We want to zoom in on this range. Probably like this range right here is probably what we want to be looking at. Okay, so we got the red dot. We've got money flow leaving. I mean, this is trending up. RSI is pretty high. See what happened to price in that. I mean, technically, that's kind of a hidden bullish divergence right there. right? But the only problem you're seeing with it is that money flows in the red and it's staying in the red. Like the peaks are staying relatively close to each other. What's RSI at? Yeah, I mean, almost 65. I bet you this is a bearish divergence. Yeah, you're getting a lot of like, no, it's not a bearish divergence. Getting a lot of mixed signals here, man. I'm getting a lot of mixed signals. I mean, I would look for a technical rejection up here at about the 107 level, and potentially here at the 106.9 level. Why do I say that? Because of these two previous swing highs, right? You got a swing high here, you got a swing high here, right? Where we set a high, a lower high, a lower high. Could this be a lower high that brings us right back down here? Yeah, it could. So, I mean, that's why we're literally playing probabilities here right now, man. That's what trading is. You're never 100%. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Where's my order book? I mean, sometimes you win, right? Sometimes you lose. Like you see, I have multiple losers right here in a row, right? 166, 26, 90, 30, 25, $1,000 profit, $600 profit, $150 profit. And you see what I'm saying? You don't always win, okay? So, and if anybody tells you that they do, they're absolutely 100% lying to you, and you should not listen to them. You should run for the hills, okay? And if they can't show you that they lose, they're probably not even trading, to be honest with you. So let's get the swing high here. So, I mean, these are your resistances, essentially, right? These are going to be your resistance levels. So, are we going to smack up here into 106.9 and get rejected? Or at the very least at 107.3 and get rejected, right? I mean, it's very possible. Could we continue to go further than that? If we take out those two previous swing highs, I mean, I would be targeting this, right? All-time highs. That's where you would want to be flipping, right? If you take this out, you'd want to say, okay, say we start here, we take this out, we back test it, we're targeting all-time highs. That's a long trade. That's where you flip from your short and you make all your money back, right? You'd be targeting new all-time highs, probably around 110. You'd set your stop loss just below this previous swing high. Boom, done. Easy. 4x risk to reward. Easy trade, man. Now, if you get a technical rejection here, this is 100% where you could be entering a short trade. That's a long. You got to switch the calculators. And you would say, okay, I put my short up outside of this previous swing high because that's where I know that my thesis no longer stands up. And then I would be targeting probably this 200 moving average right here for another 4.76 risk to reward ratio on that, right? So technically, could you be entering here? Yeah, absolutely. You could. You can enter here and you'd still have like a 2.5x risk to reward ratio, but you'd probably want to be targeting more or less like this trend channel right here. More or less something like that, right? And depending on where price action is at the time, you'd have to trail this up, right? But I would be at least aiming for the 200 moving average for a technical bounce, right? Just like what we had here, 200 moving average, technical bounce, 200 moving average, technical bounce, right? But when these get super tight like this, I mean, usually there's a big move. So if you come into it, it could be the inflection point that causes that nasty, nasty sell-off that you're seeing wanting to print. You got a red dot and a green dot. Oh, the green dot came in right after the red dot. We didn't even see that. So let's see what's happening on the 1 minute chart. I want to get down into the 1 minute chart and see what the heck's going on down there. Let's turn all this stuff off. Let's delete all these brush strokes. Turn all these rays off. Okay. We want a clean chart. Okay, so I mean, you've been riding this 200 up. The more you continue to bang on this thing, the higher likelihood it is to break down. Just that's how it is. That's just how markets and price action works. So, I mean, you do have kind of like an upward parallel here. If you want to look at it on the 1 minute chart, you do have kind of like an upward parallel here. somewhere in that range, right? So if you fall from this, you're probably coming right back down here to about 103.8 ish, and you're going to have a little bit of support right here at 104.7, right? So I mean, I'm pretty sure that's probably like where my entry is, to be honest with you. I wonder what my entry is. Yeah, 104.8. That's my entry. So, I mean, I would be good with that. I would even be good taking off a little bit of my position there and just de-risking, because then if you pop right back up here, 106, you can just reopen your position. I still have another position waiting to open that's just right up here, a few $100s out, $500 from where we're at. So could I get that position and my average comes up? Yeah, absolutely. It could happen. So we'll see what happens there. But my bias is that these are your supports, right? I need to take this friggin' magnet tool off, man. This is your support. As you can see, started all the way over here. It was resistance, got flipped to support. It's held up, right? 104.8, almost exactly, 104.7, okay? Then after that, you're literally looking right down here. That's it. That's what it calls for, 103, right? And then if we want to get a little bit further into it, we can scroll a little bit further back and see where those previous, the previous ranges are, like right here. So call that like 101.2 would be about your last level of support before you break the 100K range and then just absolutely fall off. So that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin right now, man. Yeah, that's what we're seeing on Bitcoin. Let's see how this trade plays out. We just took 1750 in a day. We took $4,000. No, it was like $5,000 in this past week. The past 7 days, we've made over $5,000. And then if you add that $1,700, we've actually made like over 6 G's in the past week. So, I mean, we're playing with some profits here, dude. Like at the end of the day, if I get stopped out of my trade here, that's why I'm saying you don't have to follow all my trades exactly, because my trade is I'm super profitable over the past couple of weeks. So I've got a little bit of play money here that I can take a risk with. But if you don't have the play money to take a risk with, then I wouldn't do it. Like with Ahmad, he's putting his $550 worth of Trump profits into a coin. So he's like, okay, I've got a little bit of play money that I can take a risk with. That's what he's doing. That's a really good strategy. Okay. So had I not been in that massively kind of like profitable range over the past week, would I be looking to have a short position open from 104.7? No, I would be a lot more apt to have it up here, right, at about 106.5, right? But the way that I trade is I average in. I get my position, I average in, I manage the position, and I can take losers and turn them into winners. Absolutely. And I've done it before, do it again. It's through proper risk management and what's it called? Position sizing. That's really what it comes down to. So don't overextend yourself whenever you're doing things. And with that being said, hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully everybody has a good #Friday Pi Day with their beautiful families. Let's put it back up. Boom, baby. #Friday Pi Day. Much love to you all. I appreciate everybody that showed up to the stream. We will see. I might stream tomorrow. I try to stream on the weekends, but sometimes it's not feasible. But I will try to see if I can stream tomorrow. And at the very least, I'll see if I can update people on Twitter on how this is playing out. At the end of the day, if it goes above 107.3, I'm stopping out. I don't want to be in the trade anymore. That's just what it is. That's how it's going to be. And that's that. So I will see you in the next stream. Make sure you smash the like button for me. Make sure you hit subscribe. Boom. Bang on the notification bell on the YouTube channel. And make sure that you're following me on Twitter, Drew_Wolfer. You will see it. You will see my face looking like this. Right. And actually, I'm thinking like that. So anyways, I will see you all in the next stream. I appreciate you for showing up. Have a good #Friday Pi Day with your beautiful families. Peace.